So they say that like a ball, the lights, and then like a tail, and zoom, another one, and they take a videos. And one man from Canada, so you can look in the computer. And one man from Canada, I forgot the name. He saw in those kinds of live, and he come over to Mexico. Okay. And then he put it like a one radio, or I don't know, one aparato.
Apparatus.
Apparatus. And then he said he wants to talk with
the aliens.
With the aliens.
The extraterrestrials.
And I thought,
oh
yeah. And what he speak in English or Spanish? No. Mentally.
Oh, telepathy?
Telepathy or something like that. And he's turning on the radio, I don't know.
And they
responded, frequency. And they responded, but they responded not like a human talking, like metallic sounds. Metallic, you know?
Yeah,
metallic sounds.
But it could just been like noise from like space, like deep space, because like from what I understand, like we've gotten like certain like radio signals where it sounds like that, or like certain, or not even like certain, but I believe all stars have their own sound. Like each like on NASA, like I remember like NASA was posting like at least supposedly they have each planet and their moons have their own sound just because of the orbit and all the moving and all that stuff, so it creates a natural sound. But metallic, I don't know. But it could have been like a satellite too. It could just been a satellite frequency. Like he tapped into a certain frequency that made it sound really weird, and him wanting to talk to aliens.
Maybe he wanting,
him wanting to, it's in his mind that he wants to. So anything that he picks up, he's going to consider alien when it's really not alien. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said, I go pick you.
Like that, no, like what I'm saying is like, hey, like I think I'm going to talk to aliens right now, so I'm going to talk to aliens. But I see this, and I'm like, oh, aliens did this. No, not aliens did this. This is just something that happens for whatever reason, but my mind is focused on the alien, so I want to see it being alien. But it's really not alien. It's just something else.
So he said he's communicated with them, and the other people from here, from Mexico, they say they talking with him because they choose to him to connect it to the earth people. To the air person.
Yeah, I mean.
I say, so don't worry for this year. They say.
This year.
For 2018.
2019's different. For this year, you're good. 2019, I don't know. I don't know about that year.
Don't be afraid for this year. So tell to the people they don't happen a lot of bad things like last year. Like, the tsunamis, earthquakes.
Oh, for like natural disasters.
Natural disasters.
But the thing, I'm not worried about natural disaster. I'm worried about more human disaster. Yeah, because there's all kinds of people that say they talk to aliens. There's channeling. The CIA had a thing called, I think it was called like the Stargate program or something like that. And it was basically them like talking about like parapsychology and stuff like that.
Yeah, parapsychology.
And then there's a person called Ingo Swann. And supposedly there's a thing or like a...
I have one cousin
Beep.
Oh, like
Beep.
Yeah.
Beep.
Yeah. I never forget
Beep. I just don't want to meet her. But anyways, and then it's called remote viewing. And remote viewing supposedly is like being able to see something while you're not there. And then like this person would like, they would ask him like, hey, I think because this is during the Cold War or something like that. So they're like, hey, can you find this Russian plane or Soviet plane or, whatever it was. And then he gave them the coordinates on the map. It gave them, the latitude, the latitude and longitude or whatever, how he did it. And they went to that location and they found the plane or the aircraft. He was talking about...
Beep.
That's weird. Yes.
And the her husband. This is
beep.
I can.
Yeah, it's weird. That's the person that like saw me, right? That like saw me in like mom's belly.
Oh yeah.
That told
like
my mom she was pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you're prego. Go see the doctor. And here comes me.
There's that same name like your mom. Who looks more older, your mom or her?
My mom.
No.
Beep.
Oh.
My mom.
No.
My mom looks older.
No, No, she's not.
She looks older.
You think so?
beep,
Well, I don't know if it's because I live with my mom, so I see her, and I just saw a picture of her, so I don't know what she looks like right now, because that's just a picture of her. Like, I don't know her. That's just squares on the screen.
She's a little more taller than.
beep,
Squares on a screen, dude.
And I don't know. She this is
I don't know. She looks younger. I don't know, but
Yeah,
beep,
born in November and she born on April. Couple months
older.
later. No,
Beep.
older than her. Yeah, she.
so
beep,
she was 65. Oh, I thought it was her and 64 and mom. I thought, yeah, okay, but I get you.
Yeah.
It went like
Okay,
that.
so now you know.
beep,
Yes, because I haven't seen a picture of her.
Okay. So and then they say that.
Oh yeah, they're talking about they had this person like Ingo Swan about like remote viewing and stuff like that, and then supposedly I think it was moons around Saturn or rings around Saturn, and then like basically like he saw something like out in space that we didn't know of, and then later on our science and our telescopes said, hey, yeah, that's actually there.
But the government don't want. The government knows already, but they don't want to say.
Yeah, and then like okay, here's the thing, like the WikiLeaks. You've heard of WikiLeaks, right? And like all the stuff, like last year or 2 years ago, whenever like the Podesta emails were coming out and stuff like that, they were talking about ETI, and ETI stands for extraterrestrial intelligence. It's not like extraterrestrials, but now it's ETI for intelligence, and it's weird too because they're talking about colonizing space for war. Like space is going to be the new battlefield, supposedly. Like we're going to start putting satellites so we can start attacking our enemies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then it was talking about, like, I'm paraphrasing this a lot, but it was saying our ETI friends or our ETI whatever are saying if we colonize space and like start harmonizing it, they won't bring 0 point technology to Earth. 0 point technology is basically like, there's just like energy everywhere, supposedly, that we could just extract energy from everywhere and we'd be able to power the world. But the thing that people are like looking over is they're talking to ETI. Or at least that's what they're assuming, or that's what the email was saying, was our ETI friends, our ETIs was saying if we colonize space, they won't bring 0 point technology. Who's the ETI? Like no one, like everyone just like it kind of got like swept under the rug. Unless like you're kind of into that, then
But
it's not
over
just
here
get
in
swept
the
under the
there's
rug.
a lot of intelligent
beep,
Oh yeah, like my dad, kind of saw like an alien growing up, or he saw something. And
Your
then,
daddy?
Yeah, my dad and Uncle
beep,
Kenny. And like that's why my Uncle Kenny is super into aliens and stuff. Like yeah, he's really into aliens. Cause once they're younger, they're in like my grandma's house, and basically they're like going into like the back room, which is
beep,
it was like literally
Yeah,
like
I
the corner
remember.
room. And then I guess they saw this figure, and it was not human. It was not a human figure. And then like they saw it, and then they just shut the door. Like it shut the door like immediately. And then he went to go tell my grandma or my grandpa, and they're like, "Shut up! Just shut up! You're
beep,
shut up! Like it's a little kid. They're not gonna believe that." And then my dad or
beep,
like, you saw that too, like
They
you
said
saw
yes.
that, and then like it's kind of hard to tell someone no, that doesn't exist when someone else witnessed that with you. And there's a lot of information. And then just the stuff that you tell me, how like things like
because
appear out of nowhere.
People. They choose the people.
Like
they don't choose like me. Well, you are
it could be
intelligent.
you, but like
No, because they need the intelligent people.
IQ does not mean intelligence. IQ is a form that humans use to calculate intelligence. It doesn't mean you're intelligent it kind of does, but it doesn't mean just because you have a lower IQ doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means on the IQ test that humans have created, you performed poorly. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It's just the test you can't take. And that's what people like get mixed up with IQs and stuff like that. That's why I don't really like to like pay attention to it. I mean, like, yes, especially if someone has a 200-point IQ, they're probably smart, absolutely. But just because someone's 84 doesn't mean they're stupid. It's just they didn't perform well because the IQ test wasn't, adapted to their form of understanding. Because, like, you tell me, like, things disappear and appear right in front of you. Like, what do you mean things appear out of freaking nothing?
I don't know.
Like, how could nothing, like, it just... Like, how does that happen? What is the explanation? And then, like, with, like, me, like, I've had a hat, and, like, this hat, like, I really like this hat, and it appeared out of nowhere from my house. You know, and not even that. Like I remember like seeing that hat. It was like right on the bay window. You know how my hallway and then how it has like the living room. It has the bay window and it has like, you know, like the thing.
Yeah.
There was a hat there. And it has flames and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that was a cool hat one day. You know, I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. And then, you know, a couple days go by and I was like, Mom, do you know whose hat that is? And then she's like, I don't know. Like, and then I asked my dad. I asked my sisters. No one knew whose that hat was. I'm like, can I take that hat? My mom's like, yeah, go for it. It's just sitting there. I don't know how it got there. So, you know, I did something really cool with that hat.
You went and nothing.
Yeah, and then like I don't know how it appeared, but then like another story was, you know how I have like the shirts with all the doggies on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like one day I woke up and there's this safety pin on the doggy's tongue. I think I told you about this.
Yeah,
because like I really like that. Like that really inspired me, and I don't know how I didn't do that. I know I didn't do that. I woke up one day, I was getting ready for work, and I saw the shirt on my bed, and I was like, that's hard.
That shirt I remember.
Like that's hard. Like who did that? I know I didn't do that. I know I didn't do that. Unless I did a sleepwalking. Maybe I did, like I was dreaming and I don't remember, but
yeah, it was.
But the hat, I know I didn't buy that hat. I know 100% that hat came out of nowhere.
Like on Saturday. I know I got on my watch. No. Yeah, this watch. Okay. I don't have a watch with batteries on Saturday. I go take it out, not for sure. But they was this watch. And then I went to the baby shower and it was too late because they started 4. And I don't have a time to put it on. And I grab it.
Beep.
Stuck to the chest. And I grab it like this. And for me, I say, no, I don't have a time to put it on. I carry it in my hands like this. Nose over there. And then I forgot where I leave it. And then I say, well, no. And I was in the hall in the baby shower, and I thought I put in my purse, or maybe put between my legs in the car. And when I get over there, I say, I notice. I can go with no.
Yeah, I know how you always with your watch.
All
yeah,
the
always
time
you need
I
your
watch.
watch. Yeah.
And I say, oh, my watch. Oh my God, where I leave it? Where I leave it? I say, oh no, I remember I got it from the chest. And I carry in my hands, and I went inside the car, and I put it. I have it in my hands, and where I did, I forgot. Maybe I put it in here, and I was looking the address because I said, where I get to go take the 405, blah blah blah, and I forgot. And then I said, oh, I think so. I put in my purse. So many times happen strange things, and I thought I put it in my purse. And I say, I put him, I think so. I leave it a watch in my purse. So pass my purse. And then to me, there was my computer. And then between me, was empty chair. Because I don't leave this empty, and then you can put it, your purse in my purse.
Yeah, and then we'll have it for,
I was looking inside the purse 3 times. And I pull out my phone, my sunglasses, my reading glasses, everything put in the table, and I was looking, and I didn't see it. So, oh my God. I think so. Maybe I put it between my legs. Maybe when I get off from the car,
it fell or something like that.
In the pavement or whatever. And I went to the park. Where are you going, Mom? I said, I think I lose my Bulova watch. Oh, Mom. She said, I'm over there with Rosemary. I said, I think so. So you go look and see. I go, like, no, I go by myself. It was clear. And I went look, and I was looking under the seats, and I didn't see it. I said, well, so sorry. And then I think, maybe I put in the gift bag. I said, maybe when I take it out the bag,
it fell in the
in the bag. And I told to my God, and I said, no, that's embarrassing. My gift is behind. And I say, I go you tell her, and maybe when they open the gift, she can, when they say your name, and okay. And then, you know what? Junina lost his watch. There's a silver and a little gold. Where you leave it, Nina? You drop it in here in the hall, and I say, no, maybe it's in the
gift bag.
I say, okay, I go keep it in mine. So I said, well, I paid $250 for my watch. I can find it. So no, I think I went to the bathroom when they opened my gift. When I come back, I saw my gift was on the side. When they opened my my gift.
beep,
Forgot, and I think so she forgot to go get it your gift. So I went get it, and I was looking. I take out my 3 items. I give it to her.
beep,
I said, well, sorry, I lose $250. So on Sunday, I wake up, take a shower, and I went to mess because we went to go to the Super Bowl yesterday. When I tried to pull my purse to get money for giving the mess and the collect, I saw my watch like this inside the purse. Oh my God! I say, no, puede ser, no. And I don't say nothing, and I say, I can't believe it. Yesterday, pull out everything, and I don't have it because I changed purse, and that was a big one, but I put just only my few stabs and 2 lipsticks. That's it. Oh, and my inhaler. Why? I didn't see. I checked it 3 times inside, and I didn't see it. When I pull out my purse and tap to the watch, I pull out this. And they was like this, not like this. Not like this.
Facing just up like that. Just like that.
And I thought,
beep,
you're crazy. That's because you forgot.
beep,
You think so I was crazy. I went looking in the car and
you emptied out your purse. Yeah.
Why appear? Why?
How?
How
Not
this
why,
appear?
but how.
How this
That's
appear?
like, yeah.
Why?
You can even say why, too. Yeah, but why?
How
Why,
this
how?
appear?
I don't know. Like,
I found a mess, so I said, oh my God, thanks to God. I said, why the watch was like this? And tap to my wallet. And the corner, that's fine. But I check it out, I put it in my hands, and I open, I put the purse on the table. And inside, I open the zippers and everything, nothing. There happen so many things over here to me.
beep,
Why?
yeah, like even like me, I remember like when I was like watching, like Boomer and stuff. Remember Boomer? I was watching this like 2-3 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And like,
beep,
well, anyways, I was in his house and I was like watching some lecture, and I was basically like talking about like that, like just like some weird stuff. And then I was going on like a rant, like, oh yeah, like I was just being like really, really funny, like, oh yeah, like my consciousness is in the interdimensional planes of existence, blah 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 blah. And then I heard like someone was trying to open the door. And I was like, oh, that's the universe telling me, like my consciousness in interdimensional, just me being, funny weirdo and whatever. But it kept on going. It was like someone was trying to open it. I was like, oh crap, is Matt, back? Like he didn't tell me. Like he always like gives me a heads up and stuff like that. Like, oh crap, let me make sure everything's all good. And then I heard a knock on the door. I open it. It was the next door neighbor. It was like a little kid. He's like, hey, my ball went in your yard. Can you help me get it? I'm like, okay. But when I opened it, on his face, like, right where they say the third eye is, he had a yellow face happy sticker. I kid you not. I swear to you. And when people talk about like the quote unquote like third eye, or like however you want to call it, like they say that's the mind's eye to like the different realms of dimensions. And then I'm talking about this, just joking about, because here I'm listening to this lecture, saying, oh yeah, yada yada yada, just me being a weirdo. And then the door, moving it, and I'm just like, what the heck? And then like it kept on going. Like I don't know why he was trying to open the door, not knock. I thought that was weird. And that's what I was like, what the hell? But yeah, and then I helped him get his ball. But like I just thought it was really weird. Like, what are the odds of me seeing a kid having a yellow face happy sticker right on where the third eye is? Like I thought that was weird. And then like I got him the ball, all the stuff. I just, when I saw it, I was just like in shock. I was like, this is hilarious. Whatever. I helped him get the ball and then closed the door. I was like, that's weird. Like that's really, really, really weird.
And you went get the ball?
Yeah.
And give it to him?
Yeah. It was whatever.
Oh, I thought he disappeared or something.
Oh no. Like it was normal, but like I just thought it was weird how like I was talking about my consciousness being in interdimensionals, whatever. Like however I said it, I don't really remember, but it was just some weird mumbo jumbo. And then I see this kid having a yellow happy face sticker, like a happy face sticker. You know what I'm talking about? Like right on the third eye. Like right there. Like what are the odds of that happening? Like not even like even if it was a kid, whatever. I would just been like whatever. A coincidence. But even though I don't believe in coincidences, it's weird. But the fact that he had a happy face sticker like right on there, right, like around that position, I was just like, this is too weird for me not to say. There's something has to be connected. Something has to be connected.
Connecting.
Because I feel like everything's connected, really. Like everything's connected. We're all connected. We all came from the same thing. It's just expanded and
So I
whatnot
like to
that.
talk, and when I go to Mexico, I love to talk.
Beep.
I want to learn Spanish just to talk to her.
She told me so many things they happened to her.
Cause like, wasn't she talking like to like the dead people about like the buried treasure under her house, and they want to get it because she's the only person that could do it?
I don't believe it. When I
Beep.
because the lights that I saw on TV, they passed maybe Wednesday or Thursday last week.
Okay.
Whether the men talking with
whatever.
Whatever, and I was thinking and then they happened to me that watch why. Or why disappear and then appear.
Yeah, and then what's a watch? This is time. This is, a thing of time, and then the timing of that. I don't know. I mean, I could just be reaching, and I'm just overthinking because I normally
and
overthink.
I'm living here in USA, so maybe if I live in Mexico, I go get some books or whatever because she's reading a lot of books, and she's very religious.
I wouldn't say religious. She's more spiritual. And the thing is stupid Spaniards came to Mexico, brought Catholicism, screwed your guys' like paganism, which was like your actual like connection to the land and connection to like however you want to say it. And that's why I get mad at like Catholicism a lot, especially because in Mexico, because Mexican people, they say they're very religious. They're not religious. They're superstitious. It's just they forgot their roots because stupid Europeans came, raped them, took away their heritage and said, here, believe in God, believe in Jesus Christ, believe in this. And then they have that connection. And they're just taught Jesus. Okay, Jesus must be my connection because I have this connection, but I'm taught Jesus, so it must be towards Jesus and not to the actual lands. Because that's when you go in like the indigenous, like places and the more like remote places, like they're very still, like shamans and stuff like that. They're very still like that. Like it's still very alive, but it's not like that because I feel like those are the areas that weren't touched by Spaniards. If that makes sense.
But we believe it in those kinds because we was ignorance.
It's not ignorant. It's not your fault.
We don't have that technology like right now. You know everything.
The internet was the apocalypse. You know what apocalypse means?
Apocalypse.
But do you know what that word means?
Yes,
what does that word mean?
Like almost ending the world.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean the end of the world. Apocalypse means the disclosure of knowledge. That's the definition. Watch, I'll pull it up right now on my phone. No, like literally, like.
Maybe we are close to the. So
we
are close to the end in the world or not?
Oh no! I don't think the world's gonna end. Like I think it's more so. The internet was the disclosure of knowledge. It gave us. Hold on, apocalypse.
Because I remember when I was.
Fuck off Twitter. Okay. They keep on saying all this bullshit.
Beep.
The first war, maybe you don't know. They ending with water.
I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you. An apocalypse is a disclosure of knowledge or revelation. It's a disclosure of knowledge. It has nothing to do with destruction. It says disclosure of knowledge. It's funny how people assimilate the disclosure of knowledge to the destruction of the world. I don't see it as the destruction of the world. I see it as the destruction of the game because now we have the internet, which is this knowledge that tells us about the game because now we have more information. It's not, we don't have to go to an ancient library and like try to study and study and study. Like, look how fast it took me to like find that out. It's the apocalypse.
Before
it's not bad. It's good. I love it.
To the, ¿cómo se llamaba? Encyclopedia.
Yeah, you have to go encyclopedias. You have to go to the library. Yeah, exactly. It was so much. And then
now
like
you have
everything at my fingertips in this half-inch device.
Yeah, I said how they invented those kind of phone.
And you're telling me we can't come up better than capitalism? That's 17th century, but that's different. But yeah.
Yeah, I believe you, whatever you say, that's true. But I tell the apocalypse, they say like the other day when they say about.
See, that's why I think it's funny because most people don't know. It's about knowledge. It's about letting people know about knowledge, and then people think or somehow that definition got translated meaning to the physical destruction of the world. How I see it, it's the end of the game. Like how you're talking about like aliens and stuff like that. Like we're gonna eventually become more aware of the actual reality and not the game,
like
not
they say.
the rat race.
And when they have the big earthquake in Mexico, they say the apocalypse is close to us. And then when the raining and the hurricane, and they say the people, oh, there's the apocalypse is
Yeah, because
coming.
there's biblical scriptures or whatever, like supposedly.
And I thought, so maybe pretty soon ending the war. Okay, like when I was child, they say the first war finish or ending with the water. Do you remember? Well, I don't know you study or not. God told to Noé make like a cage.
An ark, Noah's ark,
Ark,
and you had to put like
okay,
one
el
of
arca de
each.
Noé. Okay.
Yeah, my baby spoon that I have that I've been using, it's made out of silver. It's a Noah's ark thing, and it had like a little ark, and it has all that. I don't think you remember that. My little baby, like I use that now. I still have that. I love it. But yeah, continue.
Okay, they say ending the war. They finish the ending the war with what? With water.
Because water is the giver of life. Because that's what we are right now. I'm like 70 pounds of water. We're like 60% water, whatever we are. We're mostly water. That's
and
weird. Water. Look at your
war,
cup. That's what you are. 60% of you or whatever.
And they say the second ending the war is like right now we live in the second era or whatever, and they go finish in fire. And then when I saw a lot of fires around here, and
like all the Hollywood fires, all the LA fires and stuff like that.
Finish and fire, and then
just because water and fire are opposite, that's why. I'm not saying like it may be, but so like I don't think
thinking,
so.
Oh, pretty soon maybe the ending of the war because so many bad people and too much fire. When I saw fires in Mexico, so many, I said, so the ending of the war, they're coming pretty soon. I heard when I was 1950 something and I'm still alive. And now I heard on TV and a lot of people, they say, we are in the apocalypse because for the fire and where in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, whatever it was.
And the earthquakes.
California.
And hurricanes and Miami and I said.
But from what I understand, like that's always been happening.
Yeah.
It's always been happening. It's just now we're seeing it because now we have the TV that tells us global news. Yes. So we're seeing what's happening
and
globally.
Before
we didn't have that. We didn't have that, so we didn't know that.
I thought there's something like an earthquake or something.
Yeah, like a seismic reader? No.
No? I
no.
thought there's an earthquake or what?
Oh, no. But that's what I'm saying. Like we're not like aware of our complete environment. We just see things locally. Like it was local. Like, oh, we had a local earthquake here. Not big deal. It's just, it's a local earthquake. But now we're seeing like all these news on the like a global scale.
The news since the other
side of the world,
continent or whatever, and we saw in maybe 15 or 10 minutes. Like the other day, what did they say? They passed.
You can even see it live. People could be like live streaming this, like through their phones. There's different apps and like internet services where you could take like a video, and like I could be uploading this video in real time, like live TV to the internet straight from your phone, and you like people were doing. I think they were doing protests. I want to say it was Brazil. I'm not sure.
Venezuela.
Maybe it was Venezuela. I think it was Venezuela, where people were like live streaming it, and then that's what people were doing, like because they have the power. Like we are the power. We are the power. We are the mass energy. They're just this little group of energy saying, hey, your money, which money is basically just a representation of your energy and time.
Venezuela is very close country with
Not
Russia.
Telling you about the actual energy that you really are.